All right, so I might be a little different than other content creators. By the way, it's your boy, your host for the coffee shop today, Jobbers and Goons. Grab your lattes, grab your cappuccinos, whatever the hell you're drinking. Sit down, because we have an absolute blast of a scaling video coming for you. But anyway, so like I was saying at the beginning, I might be one of the. I can't speak for everybody, but I might be one of those few content creators that likes when I'm wrong. That is, when I find something that like I didn't do to the best of my ability, that is like I missed something back then, or I just wasn't as good of a scaler as I am now. Regardless, when I find updated scaling that corrects scaling I had before, I get excited. I'm like, dude, I get to put new content out, correct something I did, and help like further the conversation. So that happened today, and it's happened before. For example, Doomsday is a lot stronger than I initially gave him. Who's another one? I would say Captain America, Blade, Craven. On the DC side, Spectre through Ostrander's run. Like, I've had a bunch that I was just wrong on, and I was so happy to correct it. And we're going to do that today with Asura from the hit game Asura's Wrath that never got the sequel. So the reason I'm excited for this is the first time I put it out. I do believe I got most of the early editions of the character right, except for their speed, which I'll explain. But besides that, I need to talk about him at his peak, what he would scale even mid-ball now, in my opinion, and where he'd scale on the high end. So I'm excited for that, and let's get into it. So Asura is formerly a great general that was, after seeing his daughter basically being subjected to bullshit, he's like, I'm sliding regardless. And when you talk about a character that will swing on anybody, Asura is that guy. Even when he's killed, he's so pissed off, he just crawls back. And that's where we're going to get into the speed aspect, right? So, even earlier versions of Asura were subjected to death. However, his anger and drive to defeat those that have wronged him and his family and seek vengeance, that alone was fuel, also through the goading of the Gold Spider, for him to climb the Naraka. Now, let me explain to you why this is crazy. The Naraka, religiously and in this, is always considered an infinite, endless realm. It's like a limbo beyond life, death, and it serves as an endless realm. He's stuck in an endless realm and crawls out of pure anger. Like, literally recovers from death and removes himself from the Naraka. Having that speed, literally, that's at least infinite speed. However, it's probably even higher than that, because this should be a higher dimensional realm. With some arguments for outer versal, which I'll explain later. But yeah, so his speed, even in lower versions, were like higher metas for speed, in my opinion. Now that we've kind of covered the speed side and why him escaping a Naraka multiple times, traveling versus like that, and I mean, I'll have more scaling later, which you'll see for speed, but yeah, just having that alone amps the speed scaling. So on that part that I was wrong about, we got it there, right? Like, there we go. So next we got to talk about Chakravartin, right? So Chakravartin is major for the scaling, and also because of his connection to mantra. Now, mantra is essentially tied to abstract emotions like lust, wrath, rage, all these things, envy. A lot of them you'll recognize from like religious and spiritual sins. So it obviously has a lot of back ties to religion, and spiritualism is a big thing in Asura's Wrath. Now, mantra, through these emotions and these abstract ideas, manifests and allows humans and demigods to advance rapidly and do even godly acts. Now, the reason this is crazy is, one, obviously we know what the original source of mantra is. What's crazy is Chakravartin made mantra and spread it throughout the creation. And creation's a lot bigger than I suspected. I've grown to believe personally that there is a multiverse in Asura's Wrath, as we see Chakravartin speak on countless worlds that he's going to visit. The other, like, realities, and we know he makes pocket dimensions, and the fact there's a Naraka, heaven and hell, all this shit. It just makes more sense when he's talking about other worlds. He's talking about literally going to other creations and other timelines. So just with that in mind, like, mantra is literally like a multiversal concept. It goes everywhere, and it's connected to Chakravartin. So Asura throughout the game gets stronger. Eventually he gets a mantra reactor that allows him to basically master the mantra in creation, and this is reflected through every color of every mantra being shown through his form and when he's brawling, right? And so at the top versions of Asura, because he does defeat Chakravartin, even when Chakravartin goes into his creator form, and he defeats him conceptually because it not only erases Chakravartin, it erases all the mantra throughout creation, that which also obviously causes the death of Asura. But the fact that he boxed up Chakravartin and put him away shows his hacks and abilities and strength at least is multiversal to not hyperversal, considering Chakravartin spread mantra throughout all of creation. There's a battle for creation anyway before that with Vitral, who's stated to have a measurable mantra. I might have mispronounced that, but it is what it is. There's also like the fact that he's considered the reincarnation, the actual embodiment of the Wheel of Life. The Wheel of Life is a spiritual symbol for dualities like life, death, concepts like reincarnation, rebirth, the cycle, all that. He's literally the embodiment of that, which is insane. So at worst, I think multiversal to hyperversal for high-end Asura, but I think for mid-end. But high-end, you can easily take it to outerversal, as he casually embodies dualities, that is Chakravartin, and he gets boloed by Asura in the end. So overall, what's this mean for my scaling? I think I previously had his best forms at like Uni to Uni Plus, but his form that defeated the threat to creation, that was stated to have a measurable mantra, that would already be like Uni to Uni Plus, considering it's a measurable star plus power. So measurable times, or star times infinite, or 3D, it's gonna roughly be Uni Plus, but higher forms are easily multi to hyper, and also have high-end arguments for outer. So there you have it. That's the scaling for Asura. Obviously has resistance to conceptual erasure, energy manipulation, blunt force damage. He's thrown hands with multiversal to outer beings. He has size manipulation, energy manipulation himself. His rage will bring him back from the dead if he is defeated. And as long as he has rage, he'll keep coming forward, basically. So Asura is a lot stronger than I initially thought, and I'm curious to see what you guys think of him. Let me know what you think of my new scaling, and if you agree with it or not. And let me know in the comment section down below who you think Asura should now face with the updated scaling. Another character dropping soon, Virgil vs. Sephiroth, the truth on this channel. I updated my Virgil scaling, so I'm excited for you guys to see that. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out my main channel, Jobbers and Goons, and I will see y'all later. Peace.